So my name is Nyla, and I am primarily a Montessori teacher, but I tend to do many different things because that's what teachers do. So I think most people are starting to just realize how important early years is, because 90% of our brain develops by the time we're 6. The reason they don't know as much is because it wasn't until the 90s that we had neuroimaging, so we could actually assess brain activity. Now, considering that, what are we actually doing to make our children's lives easier in terms of investing in their foundations? And it's not just about making them more academic. It's really just about giving them a chance to have a better life. So it's not just what they're doing in science, it's their inquisitive and curious minds that you develop. It's not just what they're doing in art, it's about how they can express their creativity. And all of these things are base skills that are then expanded on as they grow older, and it also is their first interaction with learning. So it's really important for us to really think about that being interactive and engaging and make them love learning. I really hate that idea of wanting to create the next big Elon Musk. No, it's how do we create good people that can create good solutions that are sustainable for the world? And so it really starts over there. So my approach is very much about focusing on diversity, on inclusion, on better mental health. As we know, that's the other pandemic that we're going through, and I think as I was growing up and I formalized this passion, it was really in the form of going to different countries and working with people there and understanding how education works, not just for young kids but for adults as well, and learning how to create curriculums of social justice, but then also learning how to create early years environments in a refugee camp using sticks and stones. So it's really from other people's experiences, from the teachers that I had the opportunity to work with, and of course my professors in school, and of course the legendary Montessori, Reggio, all of the theorists and philosophers. So the greatest opportunity is actually the opportunity available in terms of the lack of access that people have to early years. So it's both an opportunity and a challenge. So I would say that the same, just flip the coin and it's the same, it works both ways. So there are millions of children across the world that still do not have access to early years. Not just in the emerging markets, I'm talking about more mature markets as well. And primarily, I see that as the opportunity because it is kind of blue ocean in some ways, because there aren't any players in some of these markets. And when I say players, I don't like to use business terms, but of course that's kind of the way we need to think about scalability for early years, you know. But the biggest challenge we also have is that there needs to be a lot of education around why early years, and there needs to be a challenging of perception that it's not as important as K-12. And that is, I think, the biggest challenge as early educators you face, is always trying to say we're just as important as school, if not more important. And I think that is going to be the biggest challenge when you think about markets, especially that are more nascent or are just starting to kind of invest in education. And I think the good thing about, I think, Kide Science in that way is that it is a very plug-and-play model, and it's very much built for teachers. The way it is, it's very simple, it's very straightforward. It really is like a scripted early years plan that would work great in Lagos. It would work great in Cape Town. It would work in India. It would work in Nordic countries. It would work everywhere. That to me is a solution that fits into what the globe needs in terms of early years.